Good morning, my friends. Yes, you catch me with my hands together in prayer. Now, I'm not taking the mickey of anything here, but I want to talk about prayer, but not from a religious point of view, from a general point of view in terms of asking for things, because I think we've gotten completely confused about what it means and what we're doing in our minds. So today, our subject is the power of prayer, or, and this is the really important bit, be careful what you wish for. Stay with me here because I think you might be surprised at what I've discovered, because I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, particularly, I've been talking to a lot of people who are very obviously praying for completely the wrong thing, and they don't even know it. So I suspect that there's more than just a couple of people around who are manifesting that phenomenon or experiencing that phenomenon. So before we get into any details, let's do a little intro. My name is Andrea Kuchin, and I am from PhD in Follow-Up, bringing you my home biz tips today. PhD in Follow-Up was set up well over 10 years ago with the intention of helping small business owners with their marketing, particularly follow-up. And then we realized that small business owners often don't have a marketing strategy. So we expanded into all kinds of marketing. And then gradually that added other bits of administration, like financial administration and basic admin. And then from that, our purpose has always been to fill the need of a client or a customer. And when the economy changed, people needed more money. So we now even provide financial solutions that aren't actually connected to business specifically and are not something you have to do, but just something that's there, an opportunity to, set up something for your pension or something like that. So we have lots and lots of different things. We teach through the My Home Biz tips. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, that's what we call ourselves when we teach. That's our training program. And I'm live now in our Facebook group, which you can join, at any time. The Facebook group is called PhD and Follow-Up, More Loyal Customers and Referrals for Busy Business Owners. Loyal customers and referrals. That's the only way your base is going to grow. Your business is going to grow by increasing the number of people that you're selling to. Sad fact. Lots of business owners don't even want to be selling. So that's where we help them. So you want to reach out, and please do ask me questions. Contradict what I've said. Let's have a conversation. Andrea at phdinfollowup.com, and you can call or text me. And look, my phone is with me all the time. 858-252-1190. And I really will respond, honestly, if you text me. So today's conversation, the power of prayer, or be careful what you wish for. Now, all religions pray, all of them. They have some kind of prayer, whether it be chanting, which is the Buddhist thing. I was a Buddhist for over 10 years, so I have experience in that. Or whether it's the Muslim prayer that's done 5 times a day facing Mecca, or whether it's, I don't know much about different types of religions. I haven't experienced many of them, but there is some kind of prayer in most religions. Okay, let's say theistic religions, where there's a God of some kind, even if it's the universal law as it is in Buddhism, there is a prayer of some kind. In other words, there is putting a request for something that is desired into the universe, right? And it is part of religious practice. It is part of spiritual practice, but it is also the way the world operates. Whether you are a religious person or not, whether you are a spiritual person or not, is irrelevant. the world operates in the way that when you make a request passionately enough, often enough, loudly enough, it will be granted. The universe has no choice but to respond. So if your prayers aren't being answered, your prayers aren't being answered, your dreams aren't coming true, the things you want in life are not materializing, you feel like you're unlucky, you feel as though things don't go your way, you feel as though you can't learn the things that you need to learn, things that you want just don't work out, any of those things, then I've got news for you. Brace yourself, because this is going to sound as stupid as it sounds tough. You are praying for the wrong thing. You are praying for the wrong thing. Now you're going to tell me that you're not praying. Well, you are. You don't know it, but you are. So take the religious part of it away, because this isn't to do with religion specifically. Take it away and think of what prayer is supposed to be. So originally in the Christian belief, and I think the Jewish belief as well, and which is, you know, the area that I was brought up, and when I practiced Buddhism as well years later, which is different but has similarities. The idea is that you decide about something that you want to have, right? You have an idea about something you want. Somebody is sick and you want them to recover, or your business is failing and you want it to do better. And you ask for that, right? You might put your hands together in prayer in church and say, please God, help me with my business, or please God, heal my grandmother, or whatever it is. Please God, help my child not be bullied at school anymore, or whatever it is. I'm not going to put, you know, that's not the point. Or you'll be chanting about what you want. So the chant that I used to say was Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So I'd be thinking about what I want to create, and I'd be chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, with my prayer beads in my hand. Again, hands closed with my prayer beads in my hand, thinking about what I want. Now, when you're in prayer or in contemplation and you're thinking about what you want, you can get quite passionate, quite emotional about it. You can really, really want it. I've read stories about people getting so upset about what they want that they scream about it, or they cry about it, or they have a fit about it of some kind. They get really, really emotional about what it is that they want. And then there's some kind of a breakthrough, and it works out and they get what they want. So for those of us who aren't getting what we want, we are praying for the wrong thing. And I'll tell you what I mean. When we make a conscious effort to pray, whether that be going to church on Sunday or chanting twice a day, which is what I used to do, or praying 5 times a day, which is what the Muslims do, or doing your affirmations on the hour every hour, which is also a type of prayer, it is at a specific time and at a specific place. And you might be thinking, so for example, you might have the affirmation, my business is a success and I enjoy it. I enjoy my business and it's a great success. That might be your affirmation. I enjoy my business and it's a great success. And you say that in some kind of prayer, whether it be writing it out dozens of times, or whether it be putting it on a vision board and looking at your vision board all the time, or whether it be, doing affirmations or whatever it is, or actually putting your hands together in church, or maybe you pray every night or every morning. It happens in specific moments of time, which you have either scheduled or you make a conscious decision about, right? You say to yourself, okay, I'm going out for a walk with my dog. While I'm out for a walk with my dog, I am going to repeat the affirmation, life is beautiful. whatever it is, right? That's your prayer for your life to be beautiful, right? So you're going out, you're walking with your dog, and you're focusing, life is beautiful, and you're saying it while you're walking along, trying not to think anything else, right? Great. That all really works. But what is happening when you're not consciously focusing on your dreams? What is happening when you're getting emotional because of something else? Something's not working. You're getting upset. You're getting frustrated. What are you saying then? And that is what I've been hearing much too much of for the last couple of weeks. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of something. Sorry, my throat was getting dry. Right. This is what I've heard. I'm no good at this. I can't do this. I don't understand this. I don't understand anything. Nothing is working out right. It's all going wrong. I'm just not lucky. I can't get customers. Nobody's got any money to spend. Do you see where I'm going with this? These are all incredibly negative things. But that is what is in the circuit in our mind. That is what is automatically going round your mind. And you're getting really passionate about it. And I've done experiments, and I remember years ago saying, how do I make my dreams come true? How do I make things work? And nobody, well, most of the people I asked weren't able to tell me. And then in something I read, I suddenly realized it's to do with how passionate you are about it when you say it, right? So when you say to your husband-to-be or your new husband, oh, I'm so in love with you, and you're really passionate about it, and you feel like you could cry because love is so gorgeous, that's your prayer to the universe that there will be love with your husband. When 15 years later, you have an argument with him and you storm off in a huff and you say, I hate, that is a prayer. It's exactly the same. That's what you're asking for. And the universe doesn't think to itself, hang on a minute, she doesn't really mean that. She loves him, really. That's not what it does. It goes, okay, we've received a command. We're going to fulfill it. So the problem is not the fact that you can't make things happen, because if you look at it from this point of view, I bet you that you could agree that you are spot on. All the negative stuff that's going on in your head, all the stuff that you get really upset and passionate about is absolutely coming true. There's evidence all over the place of how bad things are and how unlucky you are and how you can't do this and you don't understand technology and you're never going to make it work and you're just going to give up. It's all absolutely true, isn't it? Because that is where your passion is. That's what you're saying all the time in a passionate way. So I have just one word of advice for you. Stop! Stop. Turn the voices in your head off. Okay, so you can't do that. If you're anything like me, it's absolutely, completely and utterly impossible not to have a constant stream of chatter in your head. So find one thing that you can be absolutely, completely and utterly passionate about, and keep that as your mantra. And repeat that to yourself every single time a negative thought comes into your head. Now, I think it was The Alchemist that I read that the author would dig a nail into his thumb or something to cause pain. Don't do that. Absolutely do not do that. Or flick an elastic band on your wrist. Don't do that. It's absolutely awful. If you want to know the details, I'll explain it to you, but it is absolutely awful to use pain to try and teach yourself something. Don't do it. Please, I beg you, don't do it. Use joy to do that instead. Now, I did some training courses a long time ago back in London, and I don't know exactly what they were based on. I don't know whether it exists here, but it could have been sort of maybe slightly similar to the landmark sort of stuff, maybe, possibly. I've not done landmarks, I don't know, but it was a similar sort of thing. It was an experiential thing. You went for the weekend and then another one, another weekend. And then finally the last one, we ended up doing a week in Wales, and we did some amazing sporting stuff. And the highlight event of everything was a fire walk. Absolutely awesome. Incredible. If you get the opportunity to do something like that, do it. Brilliant. And during that experience, not at the last one, but previously, I think in all there were 4 or 5 different training courses, and you gradually went to the next one when you had completed the first one, if you wanted to. So at one of them, the focus was to get your contract. And if you hadn't done the course, it was like, I'm going to get my contract. And you had absolutely no clue what your contract was. So I'm going to spoil it a little bit for everybody. Now I'm going to tell you what your contract is. Your contract is the one thing that you know about yourself that makes you feel good about who you are. Yeah, it's the one thing about yourself. So when you look at yourself and you think, okay, what's so great about me? You might, if you're really not in good shape at all, you might think, well, nothing. And it's not a physical characteristic. Obviously, it's not something like, oh, I've got gorgeous hair. That wouldn't be it. Or what, I'm a great pianist or something. That wouldn't be it. Obviously, neither of which are true in my case. It would be something like, I am kind, or I am compassionate, or I am helpful. It's not I want to be. Never use want in a prayer of any kind, or a request, or a demand, or a wish. Never do that, because that will then be the wish. That will be what is realized, the wanting. Nobody wants to be wanting something all their life. It is I am. It's an I am statement. I am kind. I am thoughtful. I am generous. I am enough. I am a winner. I am powerful. Now, if you're saying any of those things with me, you're probably feeling your emotions getting stirred up right now as you're going through these things. I am gracious. I am a leader. I am successful. I am an achiever. I am a goddess, whatever it is. And you can go through loads. And then suddenly one day, like a thunderbolt, one of them will be, that's me. That's who I am. Right. Hang on to that. And that is your contract. It's a contract with yourself that you will be who you are. Right? Somewhere else I learnt that if you're confused, which you obviously are, if you're saying a whole load of rubbish about you, which is not true, like I can't, or I don't, or whatever it is, all those things that you're probably repeating ad nauseam in your head, driving yourself potentially slightly insane and certainly not helping your cause. I've totally lost track of where that sentence was going. Yes, you're confused about who you are, because that's not really who you are. That isn't really the real you. The not knowing how to do things and being unsuccessful and unlucky and not being able to make things go right, that's not who you are at all. Nobody, whether it be God or Mother Nature or the universe, nobody ever put anything on the planet that didn't know what it was and what it was there for. Okay. Never happened. Everything knows. What happens to you is you receive messages for various reasons through your life that seem to be more real. So you grab hold of those. And that's how you suddenly think, well, actually, I'm not strong. I'm not a winner. I'm actually really weak, or I'm a complete total loser. And you get confused about who you are. So if you're ever confused about who you are, in other words, if you're ever finding yourself believing the rubbish, because I promise you it's rubbish, but if you are ever feeling like that, get your contract. Remember your contract. So the solution to not knowing who you are is to find out who you are, because you do know who you are deep down inside. You absolutely do know who you are. You just forget. And the other thing is, there it goes again. You might think that other people think that, but it's relatively unlikely that anyone truly believes it. I've heard people say, everyone knows I'm a failure. And I say, okay, well, go and ask somebody. Well, my mother said, well, go and ask your mother or your brother or your business partner or your husband or your daughter or whatever it is. Go and really ask them, because what they might have said to you in anger at some point, they'll probably say, actually, no, of course it's not true. So if they don't really believe it, you don't have to believe it either. Don't kid yourself. Don't try to make yourself less than you are. So find out what your contract is. Okay. Find out what word it is that makes you feel bigger than you are, that makes you feel as though you're taking up more space on the planet, that makes you feel as though your lungs are expanding and taking up more space, that make you feel as though you're actually standing taller, right? I am whatever it is. That's who you really are. And that is what has to be circulating around your mind. Don't make it confusing by using lots of different things. If, for example, you've been feeling unlucky, don't start with, I am really lucky. I am strong. I am powerful. I am this. I am that. Just focus on one thing and use it to shut off the voices inside your head that are telling you how everything is not the way that it actually is, because they're lying to you. So pray for what you want. I am strong. I am powerful. I am kind. I am gracious. I am a great leader. I am a successful entrepreneur. Whatever it is, that is your prayer. That is what you're going to wish for. Because you've been wishing for, I can't do it. I'm not really successful. I don't understand it. I'll never make enough money. Everyone hasn't got enough money. I can't get enough customers, whatever it is. That's what your prayer has been. And it's true, isn't it? It's actually come true. You've been successful, completely successful at making your prayers real, at manifesting what you've been asking for, because you've been asking for the wrong thing. Now, you can do this, and you will do this. It takes determination, for sure. It takes guts, for sure. It takes courage. It takes absolute 100 total % complete stubbornness. You have to be absolutely stubborn. And every time that little voice comes in and says, no, your family is just unlucky. No, I am successful. I am whatever it is. I am, and just choose one word. That word that absolutely gets you in your heart. You know it's real. That is your prayer. And when you make that what you wish for, what you pray for, what you're asking God or the universe or Mother Nature to provide for you, that prayer will be answered just as easily as the others have been. So there you are. That is my sermon for the day. So it's not about religion. It isn't. It really isn't, because religion is often about, which God you believe in or whether you believe in God at all. It's not about that at all. It's about how the universe actually operates. And if you are really honest with yourself, you will agree that you have been extremely successful so far in manifesting exactly what you've been requesting. You just didn't realize you were requesting the wrong thing. And I know it sounds incredibly easy to say, well, just request the right thing. It's actually incredibly hard. But I know you can do it. I know you can do it. So if you've got any questions, comments, complaints, ideas, disagreements with me, call or text 858-252-1190. If you need help figuring out what your contract is, what that word is, give me a call. Or send me an email, andrea@phdinfollowup.com. Send me an email or join the Facebook group and message me there. I am very, very keen to know how you got on with this, or whether you even agree with it, even just a little bit, or whether you disagree with it. I would really dearly love to know, because I do this for you, to help you, because I want you to grow your business. Okay? And I know that I always say that mindset isn't the main thing. Action is the main thing, because you can change your mindset by taking action. The important thing is to start. This is the same. This is an action step that you can take. Every single time you feel yourself spiraling down the rabbit hole of what's wrong, change it. Realize that that is what you are praying for. That is what you are asking the universe to provide for you, and flip it over. And don't make it complicated. Just use one word. I am great, marvelous, successful, fabulous, loving, caring, a winner, magnificent, spectacular, a successful entrepreneur, an amazing business person, whatever it is. That's it. I know I said one word. It can be 2 words. Okay. Or even 3 words. Amazing business person. That's 3. But you get the point. Just focus on one, because it's so much easier. And tattoo it on the inside of your eyelids so that it's there all the time. And every time you feel yourself slipping, go for it. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate your time, and I know it's precious. And I hope that you feel that what I do here on a Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock Pacific time, is useful in some way. If it is, join me here again, same time, same place next week. Lots of love. Take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.